Well, let's start with the big story that is playing out in India's national capital, where there is massive outrage against a school in Gurugram where a 7-year-old child was brutally murdered on Friday. An FIR has been registered against the school amidst the protests. Now, the police have lathi-charged the protesters outside the school gates on Sunday afternoon. The government says that action has been taken against the school management and the owner of the school. Now, the main accused, who was the bus conductor, has been arrested, but the parents are demanding sterner action. The parents had been protesting outside the school since morning, demanding answers and enhanced security measures for the students who study in the school. Now, the Central Board of Secondary Education has also formed a 2-member fact-finding committee to inquire into the tragic incident and have asked the school to submit a report within 2 days. And also, Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar has condemned the incident, and this is what he had to say on this issue.
ये रियान स्कूल की घटना बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है और बड़ी व्यथा हुई इस घटना को सुन करके, और मैं समझता हूँ कि इस घटना के बाद हमने जो अधिकारियों को निर्देश दिए हैं कि 7 दिन के अंदर अंदर निश्चित रूप से इसके ऊपर जो अपनी चार्जशीट देनी है और जो कोर्ट में पेश करना है इस सारे केस को, और जिसके खिलाफ जो भी एक कंडक्टर पकड़ा गया है उसके खिलाफ जो भी कार्रवाई करनी है हम शीघ्र कार्रवाई करेंगे। और जो परिवार है उस परिवार के साथ मेरी बड़ी संवेदना है।
Schools across India need to look up at this institution and say this incident has now shown us how unsafe our schools are. They need to understand that parents trust that their child is safe in school. They leave the child and go away. The child protection policy is very clear that CCTV cameras have to be there at all general places, especially entry and exit of toilets, because they are always secluded places. Why hasn't such a reputed school not put in these things?
So those are some of the reactions which have come in after this very horrific incident that has taken place in a very high-profile school in Gurugram. And also joining us live is our correspondent Nagin Singh. Nagin, we saw what has been happening since morning. The parents have been unrelenting in their demand that they want justice to be done in this case. And also they are demanding answers from the school authorities themselves, where they're saying that perhaps the school was very lax and very unconcerned about the safety of the children. Bring us up to speed as to what's happening there.
Yes, yesterday during the press conference, the Commissioner of Police from Gurugram, he announced that he has made a committee of 3 members who will adhere and see the problems or the issues related with the safety measures taken by the school, because the company which provides the security to this school, that company has been sacked and their registration has been cancelled. And also the people who came here for the protest today, I would like to take you through the sequence of events which took place today. In the morning, the event, the protest was very normal, peaceful protest. But after burning a liquor shop, which is just nearby 200 or 300 meters away from here, the protest became very violent. So far, the security personnel are still there, and I would like to ask my camera person to show you, like the visuals can tell you the story, because this protest became violent after a while, and as you can see, the slippers of the protesters, the posters, and they had to run away from here because the police became completely violent and they have beaten people in large number. Few
Nagin,
have also went
if I could just interrupt you there. Nagin, this of course is the big question, isn't it? Now, what has taken place in the school is horrific. The parents are demanding justice, and what we saw earlier in there, if you could also get those visuals back on screens, the parents of these protesters, the parents who are protesting there, were lathi-charged by the police. How are the police even justifying this?
Exactly, they are not criminals that they should have been lathi charged by the police. The protest was peaceful, so there is no way that the police needed to be violent. It was not something like in Sirsa or in Panchkula where the police had to take bigger steps and more harder steps. But here, situation was in control. There was no need to really be violent against the protesters. They burnt a liquor shop which is just within the radius of 200 or 300 meters. That is something understandable because you are not supposed to have a liquor shop within 500 meters of radius even on a highway. And then how can they allow to have a liquor shop which is just near the school? So that's why parents were angry, and the biggest demand that they have been making since yesterday that this guy, the conductor, the bus conductor is not the real convict. Police has been alleging that he is the convict, but the parents of the deceased and the residents, no one believes in the theory of the police. Right. They have been demanding that there should be more probe. Good action has been taken, that the police has been booked under law for under section 302 for the death of the child. But they are not satisfied with all the answers because the sequence of events that police has been describing since yesterday during their press conference, that is not really matching. I mean, they are not really giving us the real sequence of events. They are saying that Ashok is the convict. He has also accepted it, but the public believes, or the protester believe, that there is bigger conspiracy related with Ryan International School, and Ashok is just being used by the officials,
he's essentially
by the
just being framed
and,
by the administration there. And also, you've also been speaking with the parents there who are protesting. Now, this school that we're talking about is a very high-profile school, a very expensive school. Parents would be under the impression that their kids there will be safe. But the fact that this murder has taken place inside the premises of this school, where do the parents go from here? What are the parents saying? Do they feel confident enough that they'll be able to send their kids to this school again?
No, while we were speaking yesterday with the parents, most of them were saying that they are not going to send their children back. Even if the school doesn't return the fees back to them, they are not going to send their children back. This is, of course, few of the parents who live nearby. They chose this school because they found it safe, and Ryan International School has many branches, and they pay a huge amount of money to send their children to the school. And unfortunately, another incident took place in Delhi in Tagore Public School, where 5-year-old child was raped by the school peon. And she was going to the washroom, and during that time, the peon took her to the classroom and raped her there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do continue to stay on with us, Nagin. We'll actually get back to you on this story that we're talking about, where just immediately 2 days after the schoolboy who was murdered in this school in Gurugram, there was another shocker of a child being raped in a school, which also has in fact come to light. Now, the shocking incident that took place at a public school in the capital city, where a 5-year-old child was raped inside the washroom in the school premises, has come to light. The police in this case have arrested a peon who was associated with the school in connection with the rape case. Now, the father of the girl has blamed the school management for being so utterly and completely irresponsible. A case has also been registered under the POCSO Act.
बच्ची स्कूल में टैगोर पब्लिक स्कूल में पढ़ती है, वहाँ से लेके आया दोपहर में तब मैं तो अपना खाना पीना खा के बच्चों को छोड़ के चला गया था। मेरी मिसेज का फोन आता है 1 घंटे बाद कि पेशाब के रास्ते ब्लड जा रहा है। फिर यहाँ हॉस्पिटल आए हैं, हॉस्पिटल वालों ने बताया कि पुलिस केस है जी, फोन करो जी। तब वहाँ से पता लगा कि हमें ये ऐसे दिक्कत हुई है। स्कूल की जिम्मेदारी बनती है, लेकिन कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं दिखा रहे। स्कूल वालों को तो ये भी नहीं पूछना है आपकी बच्ची के साथ हुआ क्या है, कि हमारे के यहाँ से है कि कैसे है, क्या नहीं है।
This of course is the shocker, isn't it, Nagin? There was this first gruesome, horrific murder of a child which took place, and then 2 days later we also get this information of a girl being raped inside the school premises. We're talking of a 5-year-old child who'd been dropped at the school by her father. Are we learning no lessons whatsoever here?
I would like to raise a very valid point that I believe that if these schools take so much of money as the fees, and every month parents are paying more than thousands of rupees, 5,000, 6,000 rupees to send their children to the school, why can't these schools find one attendant for these children when these children want to go to the washroom? If they are charging so much of money, why can't they hire an attendant for these children?
Right.
They are small children of 4 years, 5 years. So these are very small steps which the schools are not taking, and the security is also a bigger issue. I've been raising this point. What I found here, that in Ryan International School, none of the staff members are verified by police. There is no police verification has been done for these staff members. So it raises a valid question over the security inside the premises, because in most of the cases, these staff members have been responsible for the heinous crimes which are taking place.
Absolutely indeed, Nagin. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and getting us up to speed with these incidents. Now, it remains to be seen as to how the school authorities and also the government reacts to try and make schools a more safer place for the kids.